I'm Annie Betancourt-Lord. I'm the executive director at Miami Homes for All, and we care especially about the housing needs of those who are the most vulnerable in our community. And I am 40 years old. I think I'm a housing policy advocate, so which doesn't usually show up on census forms or bank loan forms also. But yeah, I've been working, but prior to this particular job, I've worked in mostly community development and asset building, wealth building for extremely low, very low income households, but also in direct services some. So I think between growing up in Coconut Grove, where maybe at the time even more so than a lot of other neighborhoods that my peers grew up in, Coral Gables, Pinecrest, even like Brickell, you just like you're confronted if you go to school in the Grove, you're just confronted every day by the totally stark contrast of the wealth and income inequality. And it was like for the like full existence of the Grove, it has been next to each other in this really stark way. Like even just like the construction of the streets and the permitting for like removal of trees. Like at one point you just cross a street and then everything is different. And it's half a mile away or less, a quarter mile away, and from where I grew up, and it was on my way to school back and forth every single day for 18 years. So I think I saw it firsthand, and I went to school with kids who had totally different lives, who were also a different race than me by and large. And if I had been born 1/4 of a mile north of where I was, my life would have been super different. Yeah, so I guess it's all about the system, how can we affect the system to the extent that anyone thinks that it's because of people's choices that they might be at a disadvantage. It's like if there's a system that actually pushes those choices and creates the toxic stress that then makes bad choices in someone's life way more likely and way more hard to overcome, hard to resist. And so it's you just see the compounding impact of people being pushed down, even when they're working really, really hard. And that just makes me mad. When I think about what are the things that could have like the biggest impact and the most lasting impact, then working on policy and the broader ecosystem that can, last a long time, be scaled up to help people get out of poverty. That is where I've been the most kind of excited in terms of solutions. Although I see direct services as a really important piece of all of that, because if people can't, feed their family today, then they can't, how are they supposed to focus on like, the small business they want to build, or how they're going to get an apartment, or, buy a home, or any of that stuff.